If you've watched my videos for a while now, you know that I'm not the most organized person. There's something always off in the background. Mainly mainly my hair really, but see, the weird thing is I like being organized. I'm just really terrible at it. So that's where these guys come into play. The Peak Design Travel Series packing tools, specifically the Peak Design Tech Pouch and Peak Design Packing Cubes. They're great for organizing your tech and your clothes. But do they really make much of a difference? Let's find out with a little review. Before we get started, I just want to list a few timestamps right here because I know you may or may not be here for just a portion of the video and I want to make it easier for you. So here you go. I'm a huge fan of Peak Design as a whole. In fact, my favorite backpack is the Peak Design Everyday Backpack, but a lot of their stuff is a bit pricey. This tech pouch is $60, and as a firm believer of the shove things into random pockets of your bag religion, I wasn't sure how the tech pouch could help, but I found that there are things that make it stand out. It has YKK zippers and a waterproof nylon exterior that feels smooth to the touch, yet still feels tough. The pouch isn't necessarily a hard shell case, but I'd say it maintains its shape pretty well despite being a semi-soft shell case. The exterior has multiple straps that you can grab onto or attach things to, and it has these little hooks that gives you greater functionality with other Peak Design gear, like using their anchors to attach a Peak Design camera leash to and use the pouch as your own little purse, satchel. The insides are a bit different and it has this elastic fabric material which feels durable. I didn't feel like anything would tear it up by being in the bag. Both sides are symmetrical, each side has 3 little pockets and 2 pencil holders, with the inside wall containing 2 larger pockets. The middle compartment has a zippered pocket that has space for things like SD cards and 2 pockets. Now this may seem crazy, but it can fit in a lot of stuff. Let me get up and show you an example. So here is about everything I want to shove inside the Peak Design Tech Pouch. And here is the Peak Design Tech Pouch. I've never actually tried putting all these items inside, and this is going to be first attempt at that. This is pretty much what I normally bring on the average trip. I wanted to see if it would all fit inside this bad boy. So let's get started and start doing the big stuff first, like the Switch. Everyone's got one of these, and I'm happy to say these fit in just fine as long as you take off the Joy-Cons. So let's get that done. Okay, Joy-Cons and Switch inside. Everything looks good. All right, now let's move on to the next one. Headphones. My portable battery bank. Let's try putting this in. External SSD. Some Apple EarPods just in case something absolutely has to have a headphone jack rather than Bluetooth. An SD card holder that holds SD cards, of course. Okay, so I'm already seeing an issue with this. My battery bank is a little too chunky for this. If I had a smaller one, that could make do. It would probably do a lot better than this one. This one's really long and really thick. There's a lot of girth to it, so this probably won't cut it. However, if you wanted to fit everything and get a smaller battery bank, you can probably fit everything. This is a 20,000 milliamp hour battery. If you had a 10,000 one, they're much smaller. I think it'd be a lot better in this bag. So this one has to go out. Sure, if I didn't want the Nintendo Switch in here, I can probably fit the battery bank in, but I want the Switch in here, be it safe, the screen doesn't get all messed up. And now let's see if we can still fit stuff in despite that. Starting to look a little crazy. Maybe not. Yeah, these aren't gonna fit. I think this is causing issues. Maybe I can fit some cables in. Okay, sweet. So as you can see, it fits a lot of the stuff that we've had outside before. It's just some of the harder items, like these power bricks right here and these pair of Jabras, it doesn't fit very well because they're hard items and they take up a lot of awkward space. Same with this battery bank. So let's compare what we have right here to what was there originally. So as you can see, there used to be a lot more items, but they all fit into this. This really does clear up a lot of space in your bag. I'm pretty sure there's a bunch of miscellaneous areas in your bag that you can shove these type of objects in as well. This just cleans it up even more. So it may not be like the thing that carries everything you own, every tech item you own, but it does clean it up a lot, and I'd highly recommend it just based on the fact that this boy does hold a lot. Now let's talk a bit about the Peak Design packing cubes. They're these little cubes that you can pack your clothes in. They're made out of waterproof nylon that makes the sound that, you know, nylon makes. The small one is about half the size of the medium-sized packing cube, and Peak Design says that they go best with their travel backpack. But I found that a small and medium fit just fine in my standard size no-name carry-on. Moving on, the special thing about these packing cubes is that with this zipper, they can compress a big mess into a more hardened, thick brick of condensed mess. And they even have a second zippered compartment to hold dirty clothes, which means you don't have to carry a dirty plastic bag for that. They also have these little tabs that you can use to open the cubes as well. But do these cubes make much of a difference? I wanted to test this theory by shoving in a week's worth of clothes into my carry-on using these packing cubes. Here's what I try to shove in. 7 t-shirts for going out, 3 pairs of shorts, 3 pairs of pants, 4 pairs of t-shirts, and 4 pairs of basketball shorts for sleeping or working out, and 8 pairs of underwear because, hey, you never know when you need that extra one just in case, you know, you have an accident of some sort. You never know. As a 6'3", 230-pound human mass wearing extra large t-shirts and a 30-inch waist, how much I fit will most likely be a bit less than, say, a girl who's 5 foot tall and 110 pounds. I tried 3 different methods of packing. Just shoving everything in without a care in the world, strategically placing my stuff in the carry-on, and lastly, shoving things into the packing cubes and making sure everything looks right. So here's how it went. As you can see, when you take your folded clothes and just toss them into this carry-on luggage, it's messy and it's just not pleasing to look at, and you don't want to go through this when you're at your hotel or whatever you're going to. So then I try to put my clothes into the carry-on strategically by first rolling all my clothes that can be rolled and placing my underwear and socks into areas that wouldn't fit your conventional, your average everyday t-shirt or your pants. By doing this, I was able to fit my clothes so much easier, and now you can actually close the thing, but most of the space is taken up. So lastly, we have the packing cubes. I put everything inside the packing cubes that I can. There were some leftover clothes, but overall it's much cleaner now. There's so much more extra space, and I can actually place my tech pouch in here now, or a pair of shoes if you really wanted to. So here's how it looks when you just toss your folded clothes in, and when you strategically use your space with packing cubes. There's a huge difference, and I think this is super beneficial because you can actually squeeze more in this luggage now. Anyway, back to my talking head shots. So as you can see, the tech pouch and packing cubes are really useful at helping you store all your stuff and keeping it all organized. It makes storing things overall so much easier, and you have to put way less thought into it than playing Tetris with your clothes or tech. However, the competition for the packing cubes are cheaper, and they might have compression or a dirty laundry side, but they don't have both in one product like these packing cubes, and that's really what makes them stand out. As for the tech pouch, I was honestly surprised by how much you could squeeze into the little guy, and it's now my new favorite thing to take with me in my backpack because it actually saves me so much space in my bag. Honestly, you can't go wrong with these products. They're fantastic, they look great, and honestly, they turned a non-believer, someone who thought organizers like these were pointless, into a believer. However, I know that it can be expensive, so I left some more budget-friendly and similar alternatives down below as well. But if you're in the market for a great solution, organizing your tech or travel clothes, I wouldn't hesitate to look at these. I love them, and once my wallet recovers a bit, I might try out some of their other travel stuff. Anyway guys, what do you think? Do you like their travel line of stuff, or do you think other travel lines do it better? If other travel lines do it better, leave that down below. If Peak Design does it better, tell me why you think so. Leave all those comments down below. If you enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up, and as well, don't forget to subscribe. I'll see you guys next time.